You're right everyone, welcome back to the Hammer and Talk 2 YouTube channel. I've come to speak about the new signing, Unai Emery, the Arsenal Football Club manager. Arsenal now have just signed him, it's all official, it's all out there for everyone to see. I just want to give my reaction and my thoughts on this signing. First of all, I've got to say that I think it's good that Arsenal have got a young, fresh manager in at the club. It was definitely time that Wenger went. He completely outstayed his welcome. He's really, dipped with his legacy towards the end. He should have, left a few years back, and he would have, gone on the high as being this, incredible manager that led him onto a revolution, and he was just an all-time legend. But there's so much, against him, when he left, because of the last few seasons, it's just so much negativity. I do feel like it kind of did hurt his legacy. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame that he left a bit late, but he's left nonetheless. He's gone now. So now we've got Unai Emery coming into the Premier League, managing Arsenal Football Club. There's just a couple of things, concerning things I've got on my head for Arsenal fans. And for me, that is that he is a proven Europa League manager, because obviously with Sevilla he won 3 Europa Leagues on the trot with them. That is an incredible achievement, don't get me wrong, but it's not Champions League. And he had one go at the Champions League, and with PSG obviously from last season, and he got knocked out at the first stage of the Champions League, the round of 16. Albeit though, it was to Real Madrid, so let's bear that in mind. But then they did lose 3-1 and 2-1, so they lost both games against Real Madrid, 5-2 on aggregate. So Unai Emery kind of flops in the Champions League. I think they maybe should have been at least more competitive against Real Madrid. And I know they did get that red card that really messed them up as well in one of the games. I don't know if it was home or away, but they did get a red card that messed it up. That's maybe quite important to it. But the bottom line is he's not at all proven in the Champions League. Arsenal, as we know now, they're not in the Champions League now. For the next season, and he'll be back in his Europa League steps. So that makes me think, have Arsenal Football Club. This is what Arsenal fans have really got to ask themselves. Have Arsenal Football Club just signed themselves a Europa League, manager, that kind of level? I mean, contrasting to Arsenal, West Ham, me personally, we've just signed Pellegrini. I think Pellegrini could have been good for Arsenal. I'm over the moon that he signed for West Ham. I can't believe that he's come here. You've got those links and stuff from the previous clubs he's been to, Real Madrid and Manchester City. But with Unai Emery, I'm not 100% sure if Arsenal have appointed the right man. Although maybe any man right now may be kind of the right man, because it's not Arsene Wenger. They're actually moving on to someone, even if it is just a little bit of a lower level, and then maybe they can have a couple of seasons of mediocrity and then go up, to a really good manager that can that they can attract. I just worry though that Arsenal may continue this slide, this slow descent, into the bottom of the Premier League. And, if they start becoming a Europa League team continuously, because you've got the likes of Liverpool, Tottenham, United, City, Chelsea, you've got these big bad boys, really trying to get into this top 4. Arsenal ain't going to have that, that venomous, that sting, to play up against. You ain't going to have that fear factor against playing Arsenal. And, if Arsenal start doing that, they might start becoming, a Europa League team, and then you never know, they might end up start becoming a middle team, like a middle class team in the Premier League. You don't know how the things happen, things happen in football over time. And I don't know, and maybe it will be from the long lasting effects of Wenger going. But I'm just not 100% sure that Unai Emery is the right person for Arsenal. Only time will tell, though. I hope he is. I've got a lot of Arsenal fan supporters. I've got a lot of Arsenal fan subscribers. Well, especially on the main channel. So yeah, I do hope Arsenal do well in the Premier League and stuff. And for the history of their club and just going forward as an establishment, I want them to do really well. So fingers crossed Unai Emery does, but I'm not 100% sure. There is a really big positive about Unai Emery is the links with PSG now. If he's really got some good relationships with a couple of people there, people like Mbappe maybe, and maybe the Arsenal can take him, and it all depends if he can get these, class players at PSG over, or any remaining class players that are really good over at Sevilla over to Arsenal as well. The managers have got to use their links and their contacts to bring the best players they can at their football clubs when they do depart from a team. So, you don't know, it could go anyway, this, but I'd love to know. Arsenal fans' opinions on this Unai Emery. Do I have a point about saying that he's a Europa League manager? Do I have any right to say that? Or should I just be, you know, just all happy for yous and everything's great, wonderful, you know, there's bubbles and pink and everything's all made of rainbows and sunshine? You know, I mean, I do feel like we've got to look at this at a very, a very serious level and look at it on a very balanced basis. We can't just go in and say, oh, this is all great, fantastic, you know, sunshines and rainbows. That's not how it works. You've got to look at every single aspect of this when a manager is appointed. I mean, I think Arsenal fans are generally going to be happy because he's previously won trophies and he's previously won European trophies, or obviously not being at Champions League, but he has won trophies. He does have experience of winning a competition with a football team. Like I say, albeit not be a major tournament, but he has won major trophies. And also, you've got to remember that with PSG, he did win Ligue, although it's pretty much guaranteed in that league by last year with Monaco. It's pretty much guaranteed with PSG. He won the cup as well with PSG. They've got their version of like a League Cup as well. He ended up winning last year. So he can win silverware. He can, you know, and I do believe he can win the odd League Cup with Arsenal, or maybe in, you know, a good FA Cup run he can get. I just don't feel like with that manager, I can't see him competing for the top levels, for the upper echelons of the Premier League. Top 2 in the Premier League. I can't see him doing that. I feel like teams like Man United, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham. I feel like these teams are really big heavyweights now. They throw some really big punches in the Premier League. You know, they win by some really big margins, and I just feel like, you know what, I can't see Unai Emery doing this. So I'm gonna say I think he's gonna be #failure for me. I want to know what he's gonna be for you. #failure or #success. Either tweet it to me over on Twitter or put it in the comments below this video. The most important people for this is obviously Arsenal fans. I've got to know their opinions in the comments below. They are the ones that I'm really trying to cry out to get what they think is going to happen. Because I'll tell you what I love about doing these type of videos is when you do these videos of these managers and you tell people to do things before they've made any moves at the club. You get to come back to these videos and you get to look at the comments and see how people were right, if they foresaw things coming or they got things wrong. You get to see it all in the comments below, and I absolutely love that. So please put it down there, you know, as quick as you can. Put it down there in the comments below before he makes his first signing at Arsenal. I don't know who it's going to be. I'm not sure who's linked to Arsenal at the moment. I think it's just all about the manager, just getting him in, getting him settled. You know, you've got the World Cup and that coming up. Maybe Arsenal are going to throw a few more scats over to the World Cup, over to Russia, and have a look what they've got out there on the international stage. I think that's a really good... I think most clubs do that anyway, but I don't think that Arsenal are in any huge rush to be bringing in loads of players and doing a crazy like reassemble of the team. I don't. I think Unai Emery may bring in some backing staff at Arsenal. Apparently, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's going to be an important thing at Arsenal, because obviously, you know, Arsenal have got quite a big setup. You know, their back staff. You know, they're all there. They're all solid. They've all been there for quite a while. So I don't know if it'll maybe upset a few people if he does bring him in, or it will do good and really refreshing up the background staff. And you know, because he has got a philosophy, Unai Emery, he does have a philosophy, and what he wants is he wants the whole club to follow that philosophy, not just the players on the pitch. He wants the staff room backstage. He wants the fans. You know, he wants the owners. He wants everyone, you know, having that philosophy the same way that he's got. That's what he wants. But you know, we know that sometimes philosophies don't work. You know, we know. Look what happened with Van Gaal at United. You know, that philosophy was absolutely it just didn't work for him. You know, what he wanted to do, how he wanted to change Manchester United as a football club and push them forward, or take them to that next level, and you know, well, not even to that next level, but just competing in the Premier League and being that big Manchester United club, you know, of recent history, well, not recent history, quite, you know, like back in the 90s, you know, like the 99 squad and, you know, early 2000s, Man United were a force. And it never worked for Van Gaal, so who knows if it can work with Emery. I don't know. Only time is going to tell, though. But all I ask is for you to put your stuff down there so I know, so I can see it. So you commit, you sell out, and you go, there you go, there's my faults, all out there, all on the video for you to see. And you know, it gives other people a chance to have a look and other people to interact and speak about, you know what, maybe that's not right, maybe that is right. You know, I think this reason, I think it'll be great for this reason, I think it'll be poor for that reason. Alright, so anyway, people, I am gone for now. Comment, like, subscribe, and as always, keep sharing my stuff. I'll see you all later.